When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do meaningful work every day. You get to be the biker who codes as fast as he rides, crafting advanced tech solutions that transform car buying. Or a guitarist who develops harmonious apps and websites, connecting people to people and businesses, all in real time. A savvy soccer mom running solution sets as passionately as she runs gameplays. Be the super secret keeper, designing cybersecurity systems to protect private data and websites. A planet protector, expanding EV battery life and inventing more ways to build a better future for all. When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do career-defining work that solves the greatest problems of our time. Join us and connect to work that improves lives, including yours. Learn more about our family of businesses at cox.career/tech.
Stay warm and save every day, all in the Kroger app.
Get 10 for $10 on select varieties of Kroger pasta, Starkist tuna pouches, or Powerade. Then get flavorful fresh Heritage Farm chicken split breasts, drumsticks, or thighs for $1.49 a pound, all with your card.
Shop these deals at your local Kroger, less than 5 miles away. Or tap the screen now to download the Kroger app to save big today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
The Adventures of the Saint, starring Vincent Price. The Saint, based on characters created by Leslie Charteris and known to millions from books, magazines, and motion pictures. The Robin Hood of modern crime now comes transcribed to radio, starring Hollywood's brilliant and talented actor Vincent Price as the Saint.
Right in here.
Oh, thank you.
Come in, Mr. Templar.
Oh, Warden, how are you?
Oh, just as gloomy as ever. Sit down. I haven't seen you for a long time.
I do my best to keep out of jail.
And you do your best to get a lot of people in. What can I do for you?
And I wanted permission to see one of your prisoners.
Oh?
Yes, Tommy Patchik.
Can't be done, even for you. Patchek's in the prison hospital. No visitors allowed there.
Oh, I see.
You know Tommy?
He did some work for me years ago, Warden, that's all. I didn't even know he was here in prison until I got his letter.
Letter? Oh, I wonder how he got a letter out of here.
I don't know. He couldn't very well have put it in the mailbox at the corner.
Mind if I take a look at it?
Oh, of course not. Here it is.
Dear Mr. Templar, maybe I got no right to ask your help, but I need it bad. They're trying to kill me, but I don't know why. Tommy Patchek.
You know, I've got a hunch Tommy's telling the truth. Am I right, Warden?
Yes, you are. Patchek's been here 3 years. He's due out next spring. In 3 years, there have been 5 attempts on his life by other prisoners. The latest was just a day or so ago.
Was he hurt seriously?
Knifed, but not seriously. We don't know who did it, and Patchek's too scared to tell. Most likely we'll never know.
Warden, haven't you any way of protecting this man?
Protect him? Look, Templar, this prison was built for 1,200 men. I've got 4,000. The guards are overworked and underpaid. The food's bad. There's no recreation facility. And every year, society sends me 1,000 more men and says, keep them in your crowded cage for a few years and send them back good citizens. Protect Patchek? Why, I can't even...
Hey, what's that?
There's been a break. Hello? Evans, where is it? How many? I see. Be right over.
What is it, Warden?
Your friend Patchek, Templar. He couldn't wait for you. He's gone.
Read all about the prison break. Patchek still at large. Read all about it. Extra.
Taxi! Hey, taxi! Oh, good afternoon, Louis.
Afternoon, Mr. Templar. Ain't it a heavenly day?
Yes, Louis, it is.
Where to, Mr. Templar?
312 Main Street, Louis.
Gotcha. Did you read about that prison break last night, Mr. Templar? Say this Patchek rode out in the laundry truck. You think they'll catch him?
Oh, sooner or later, Louis. They always do.
You know something? I kind of hope they don't. In my sub-unconscious, that is. Why is that, Mr. Templar?
The universal guilt feeling, Louis. Whenever there's a man in hiding, that man might be you or me.
Yeah, Freud, huh?
Louis, it's Freud.
That's what I said, Siegfried Freud. You know something more, Mr. Templar? I kind of felt this way when that leopard escaped last spring, remember? Then he come back to his cage all by himself. It was kind of sad.
Yeah, an allegory, Louis.
No, it was a leopard. You think Patchek will come back to the cage, Mr. Templar?
Well, I'm afraid that for him there is no hiding place. Hey, isn't this Main Street, Louis?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. 312. Anybody we know?
I got a tip that Tommy Patchek used to live here. Perhaps if I can help him, then you and I won't feel so guilty. Wait for me, Louis, huh?
Sure.
I'll be darned.
What's the matter?
I've been to this house before.
You got friends in the strangest places.
Yeah. As I remember, the landlady was one of the most charming, cultivated damsels I ever had the pleasure of meeting.
Some guys got all the luck. You sure you don't want me to come with you?
No, thanks, Louis. I want her all to myself.
Yeah, what do you want?
Dear heart and gentle person, don't you remember me?
My memory ain't so good.
Well, I'm a friend of Tommy Patchek.
Oh, you are? Know who I am? Shirley Temple. You're a cop, that's what. Cops have been thicker than flies around here last night and today both, thicker than flies.
Well, for here, that's pretty thick.
I run a respectable rooming house, and every time a cop comes to the front door, 5 more roomers go out the back.
Oh, rumors are flying.
Worse for business than the bubonic plague. I hate cops. What do you want, cop?
I'm not a policeman, really. I'm trying to help Tommy if I can. If you know anything...
I got a very poor memory.
Well, now, here, would a treasury note refresh it any?
I got a memory like an elephant. Come on in.
Thank you. Now, about Tommy Patchek.
Well, say, you sure you're not a cop?
Quite sure.
Well, I ain't looking for Tommy to come here, but he's got a sister, Nancy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the cops don't either. They were raised separate, and Tommy didn't want her brought into his trouble.
Any idea where I could find her?
I got a very poor memory.
Here we are.
Thanks. She works at the Voodoo Room, cigarette girl.
Voodoo Room? That's Charlie Forelli's place, isn't it?
Yeah, sure it is. Say, you positive you're not a cop?
Madam, I might as well confess I am a personal emissary of J. Edgar Hoover.
You are, huh? Well, that's good enough for me. Finest president we ever had.
Thank you and goodbye, Barbara Fritchie. Bartender?
Who do you think you're talking to?
Well, you're standing behind the bar. I presumed you were the bartender.
Well, I'm not. Joe is. I'm a big shot around here.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I'll wait for Joe, the small shot.
Well, he'll have a long wait. He went out to get a drink, which means he won't be back for several drinks. What'll it be?
Scotch over ice, please.
Coming up. Yeah?
Thank you. Nancy around?
Nancy around. Who wants to know? A guy wears a necktie, drinks scotch in the afternoon, thinks all the girls should fall down dying dead when he waves his little finger.
Look, all I asked was, is Nancy...
Big man drinks scotch in the afternoon, thinks he's got a right to... Real big operator here drinks scotch in the afternoon.
I said go away, please. You talk too much and you don't say anything. Just go polish your glasses.
Okay. Real big pinstripe, white shirt, necktie type operator.
Well, you wanted to see me? What about?
I was down at the state prison last night. I had a letter from a man who wanted to see me, but he couldn't wait.
Tommy.
Yes. I'm Simon Templar. I used to know your brother.
What do you want?
I want to help if I can.
You're the saint, aren't you?
Yes.
I remember Tommy talked about you. Could you come to my place later? I live at the Sheldon. It's the back apartment on the 2nd floor.
What time?
Around 11. I'll take off early tonight.
I'll be there, Nancy. Do you think there's any chance Tommy might come?
I don't.
excuse me, but I got a message to deliver, Mac.
Well, what is it, Jack?
Mr. Forelli just said that he wants to see you in his office.
Keep out of this, Frank. Forelli doesn't even know he's here.
I said that Mr. Forelli wants to see Mr. Man of Distinction here, and if I have to persuade him, then I'll persuade him.
Oh, stop flexing your muscles, Frank. You need your strength for the cocktail hour.
I said that Mr. Forelli wants to see you.
What an unattractive gun. It matches your face.
Hey, listen, Mac.
Please, Mr. Templar.
Lead on, Jack.
Now, you lead. I'll be right behind you just to make sure that you get there. You stay here, Nancy. Some big deal, this guy. Scotch in the afternoon. Thinks right away all the girls should fall down dying dead when he... There's a guy to see you, Mr. Forelli. He was bashful, so I brought him.
Oh, come in, Mr.
Simon Templar.
Welcome to the Voodoo Room, Mr. Templar. Let us see more of you. Cigar?
Thank you.
That's our own brand. And a vial of perfume for the lady of your choice. Voodoo from the Voodoo Room. That's a little trick I picked up from Sherman Billingsley.
Thank you. And where did you pick up this little trick, Mr. Forelli?
Frank?
Yeah.
Well, he's rather class-conscious, but a hard worker.
He was asking about Tommy Patchek, Mr. Forelli. I heard him.
Indeed. Well, you're a friend of Tommy's, Mr. Templar?
Possibly.
Possibly. Mm-hmm. And you might possibly be in touch with him soon?
I couldn't say.
You couldn't say. But you could tell us the basis of your interest in Tommy.
I could, but I see no reason to.
You see no reason to. Mr. Templar, showing interest in other people's affairs is not always healthy, and some people know this instinctively, and others have to be taught. Teach him, Frank.
Yeah, sure. Not such a big operator now.
That's enough, Frank. That's enough. Throw him out the back way.
Well, okay, Mr. Forelli. Hey, Mr. Forelli, I think I broke the bottle of perfume you gave me. I heard something crack.
Well, let's look on the bright side, Frank. Might have been a rib.
Yeah, serves him right. Drinking scotch in the afternoon with a necktie.
Louis.
Hey, Mr. Templar. What happened? Here, wait, I'll help you into the cab.
Thanks, Louis.
Oh, gee, what happened, Mr. Templar? You look horrible. You sure smell pretty, but...
It's a doubtful consolation. I tangled with the Mr. Charlie Forelli.
Yeah, huh? How does he look, huh?
Not a scratch.
Oh, that Forelli is bad medicine. Stay away from him, Mr. Templar. The less you know about his business, the better.
Maybe. But after you take me home for repairs, you can take me to the morgue.
The morgue? I hope and trust a round trip.
The newspaper morgue.
Oh.
I'm going to do some checking on Forelli. I begin to detect quite an odor about this whole business.
Yeah. So do I. I hardly trust myself in the same cab with you. You got it, Mr. Templar? You said so you detect an odor, so I said...
Louis, home.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Sam.
Well, Simon Templar, the Robin Hood of modern crime. How are things in Sherwood Forest?
Everybody's getting ready for television.
Come on in. All
right.
Sit down and let's chew the fat. You know anything bad about anybody?
Yes, that's why I'm here. Wonder if I could look at your files on Charlie Forelli, Sam. Huh?
Oh, no need to get dusty. I'll tell you all you want to know. Forelli came to this country around 25 years ago, probably from Sicily. Nobody knows for sure. Made big dough in Prohibition days, liquor. Bought a nightclub. Might be leveling now and might not. Big connections, underworld and otherwise. Police never pinned anything on him, and if you ask me, they never will. He's a class operator.
Well, thanks, Sam. How's your memory on Tommy Patchek?
Oh, had to pull the file on him today after his break last night.
Yeah.
Sent up 3 years ago for attempted robbery. He and his buddy tried to hold up a liquor store. His partner was killed. Nick Pantel, Pantel, I think that was his name. Tommy was shot but recovered. He claimed it was a frame.
Now, why would anyone want to frame him?
Well, he didn't know. I guess that's why nobody believed him.
I see. Well, thanks, Sam.
Oh, anytime, Saint. That's an interesting egg on your forehead. You walk into a door?
No, someone slugged me.
Oh, now, why would anybody want to slug you?
I don't know. I guess that's why nobody believes me.
Yeah. Well, stuff happens.
Yeah, stuff happens. Good night, Sam. Simon Templar, Nancy.
Oh, come in quickly.
Is anybody watching the house?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. Oh, Mr. Templar, your face.
You should see the rest of me. Well, I mean,
What happened? Did Frank beat you up?
Well, he beat me up some, but I'm the durable type, pre-war construction.
Oh, I despise him. He's always hanging around as if he owned me. I hate him. I guess I'm afraid of him, too.
And what about Forelli?
I don't know. You know, I get the feeling he's watching me all the time. I almost feel sometimes like that's why he's hired me, so he could watch me.
Does he know Tommy Patchek's your brother?
I don't know, but he knows everything. Maybe he does. What's Tommy done? Why is somebody trying to have him killed? What's he done?
Oh, come on, Nancy. Here's a shoulder to cry on.
I'm sorry. I'm not the crying type. It's just that knowing that kid's out there somewhere cold and scared, hunted and alone.
Well, maybe he won't be alone. If we can reach him, or if he can reach us. Does he know where you live?
Yeah. But how can he get...
Someone outside the door.
Who?
We'll soon find out.
Frank!
Hey, you're quite an accomplished man, Frank. You tend bar, beat up the customers, listen at keyholes. What else do you do?
I take guys I find in my girl's room and I throw them downstairs.
Frank, get out!
Did you forget your blackjack, Frank? You might need it.
Big lady killing operator, eh? Well, come on. Let's see how you bounce.
Stop it, Frank!
Hey, stand still, Templar.
This is for the egg on the head, Frankie. And this is just because I don't like you.
Oh, Mr. Templar.
I hope your neighbors don't object to noisy parties, Nancy.
Come in, Mr. Templar. You hurt?
No, I'm not hurt, but I don't think I'll have Frankie mix me any more drinks.
You were pretty terrific.
Was I? Oh, well, no, Well, you know best. Good night, Nancy.
You're leaving?
Oh, no, indeed. Frankie might be back. I'll sit up and you take the bedroom. Now, get some rest. Did you sleep at all last night?
No. I kept waiting for Tommy.
Yeah, get some rest. I'll stretch out on the couch.
But
If Tommy comes, I'll awaken you.
All right, Mr. Templar.
Nancy.
Yes, Mr. Templar?
If I'm going to spend the night on your couch, you'd better call me Simon. Hey, Nancy.
Yes, Simon?
Do I smell coffee and bacon?
You do.
Nancy, men have married for such an aroma.
Well, breakfast will be ready in a minute.
Did you get any sleep?
Yeah, I did finally. Simon, I wonder if they've picked up Tommy yet.
No, they didn't. I went out this morning around 6 and bought a paper. Here.
Well, let me see. Police narrow trap around Patchek. Escape bandit still at large. Oh, Simon, what's that?
It's your brother. He's on the fire escape.
Oh, Tommy. Oh, Tommy.
Come on now. Let me help you, Tommy. Here you go.
I made it, sis.
Come on now, take it easy.
Tommy, come here, sit down over here.
Yeah. Come on now, that's it.
Don't talk. I'll get your breakfast and then put you to bed. You're all right now, Tommy.
Did anyone see you come in?
I don't know. I had a breakout saying they'd kill me.
I know. Now, pull yourself together. We haven't got much time. Who's trying to kill you?
I think Forelli.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
But you must.
Can't you let him alone?
I can't. Frank, Forelli, the police, some of them or all of them will be here at any minute.
Don't let them take me back. They'll kill me.
Look, we've got to find out why, Tommy. Nancy, hand him some coffee.
All right, right away.
Thanks.
Now, you say Forelli is trying to have you killed. That means you know something, or he thinks you do. What is it?
I don't know. Don't you think I've been trying to figure it out for 3 years?
Please let him alone.
I can't. You say the holdup was a frame, right?
We didn't even have guns. Nick and I just went in for some beer, and the owner started shooting at us. He got Nick, and he meant to get me, too. When I came to, there was a gun planted on me. One on Nick, too.
Did Nick know Forelli?
Well, can't I rest for a while?
No, you've got to answer me.
Yeah, Nick knew Forelli. I think he knew him in Sicily, but he never said. He was lazy, but he was a good guy.
It didn't work. Well, how did he get along?
I got the idea Forelli gave him money. I don't know why.
And you were his friend?
Yeah. Now, we live in the same room and house on 3rd and...
I know where it is, yeah. I was there yesterday and met your charming landlady. Did Nick ever tell you anything about Forelli? About anything at all?
Oh, can't you see he's exhausted?
Look, would you rather see him exhausted or dead? Tell me, Tommy, did Nick ever tell you anything about Forelli?
Just go on. Just if anything ever happened to him. To Nick. I was to look for the ace in the hole.
And did you? No, you couldn't. You were shot and railroaded into prison. What happened to Nick's things, do you know?
They were sold, I guess. He kept everything he had in an old trunk.
An old trunk? Any chance it might still be at the rooming house?
Maybe. I don't know.
Tommy, look. Is there any way we can get into that house without being seen? The police are watching it.
I don't know.
Oh, you've got to know.
Yeah, I do. Yes, through the backyard. Next door. Then through the garage.
Come on, Nancy. We're taking him out of here.
You can't move him now, Simon.
We'll move him if we have to carry him. If we leave him here, Forelli will kill him. Come on, if that trunk is still there, we've got a chance. Louis, listen very carefully.
You go ahead, Mr. Templar. It's your nickel.
Are you feeling particularly reckless today?
Wait, what do you mean?
How would you like to take somebody for a ride?
Well, Mr. Templar, there ain't nothing I wouldn't do for you. You know that. But take somebody for a... My wife wouldn't like that.
You haven't got a wife.
Yeah, but if I had one, she wouldn't like it. No, honest, Mr. Templar, I never bumped off nobody my whole life.
I know that, and I wouldn't expect you to start now. I just want you to take somebody for a ride in your cab.
Oh!
Yeah, that somebody is somebody the police want. I don't want them to find him just yet.
Gotcha.
Well, look, don't hit any bumps. He's in pretty bad condition.
Don't worry, Mr. Templar. He'll think he's in a baby buggy.
Louis, I like you.
Oh, Mr. Templar, I bet you say that to all the cab drivers. Stand right behind this door, Nancy, until I...
Hey, what are you doing sneaking in the back way? This is a respectable rooming house. Or it would be if I had respectable roomers.
Look, Mother, I haven't much time. Do you remember Nick Pantel?
Nick? Sure I do. Was shot 3 years ago, dead now.
Yes, I know. Did he leave a trunk here?
I've got a very bad memory.
Here.
Well, I sold the trunk.
What?
At least the stuff in it. I had a perfect right. He didn't give me my 2 weeks' notice before leaving.
Is the trunk still here?
It's down in the cellar, this door here.
Oh, thank you.
That's okay. I won't mention it to anybody. I won't even mention the Tommy Patchak sisters standing right in my hall behind the door. Of course, the cops would be kind of interested because they're looking for a brother, but just the same.
And you've got a perfect right to call the police if you want to.
Oh, not me. I hate cops. Of course, if they was to ask me, I've got such a good memory.
Here.
Thanks. It's going back on me again.
Wait a minute, Nancy, till I get the light. You see it?
I think so. There's only one trunk here.
Looks like Forelli covered this angle years ago, huh? The lining's ripped up, so's the bottom.
It's no use then.
Perhaps Nick Pantel read Poe's The Purloined Letter. You see this waybill on the trunk?
Yeah.
I'm going to see if it comes off.
How's that prove?
That the best hiding place is sometimes the most obvious. Look, there's a newspaper clipping on the other side. It's in Italian.
Can you translate it, Simon?
No, but I'll find someone who can, and when I
Save
do...
yourself the trouble, Mr. Templar.
Simon.
Oh, hello, Forelli.
Hi, Mac.
Hi.
I'll take that clipping. Keep him covered, Frank. Thank you.
What do you propose to do now?
What do I propose to do now? What would you do?
Nothing. You're licked, Forelli. You can destroy that clipping, but I can guess what it says. You committed a crime in Sicily years ago and had to flee the country. Probably you killed a man. Nick Pantel knew it and was blackmailing you. You had him killed. Then you tried to have Tommy killed at the same time, just because he might know.
Just because he might know. And if I committed this crime, Mr. Templar, why didn't they extradite me?
Because Mussolini was making the trains run on time and accepting bribes whenever they came along. Since then, you haven't been too sure, Forelli.
Everything is for sale, Mr. Templar, if you've got the money. Where's Tommy, Nancy?
She doesn't know, Forelli.
Do you?
I think I'll just let you brood about that one.
Mm-hmm. What do you think we should do, Frank?
Well, it looks like him or you, Mr. Forelli.
How about the girl, Frank?
I don't know her.
Frank.
You heard what he said, kid. Well, Frank?
No.
It won't work, Forelli.
It won't work. Well, difference of opinion is what makes horse races.
Hey, get back, you.
Put up the gun. There's enough holes in the floor already. There's cops all over the house and outside.
Who called them?
I did.
Mother, and you hated cops.
I did, but I remembered there was a reward out for Tommy, and I figured Nancy knew where he was. Hurt me to go back on my principles, but I forced myself.
Hey, what'll we do, boss?
Mr. Forelli's a sensible man, Frank. He'll go back to the old country. That's better than facing a murder rap here, isn't it?
Yes, much better. Put up the gun, Frank.
Well, not before I...
Give me that, Frankie. Give me that before I break your martini arm. There.
Very impetuous young man, Frank.
We might have killed you, son.
Yeah, but he didn't. Shall we go, Forelli?
Yes, we'll go. But it's only a question of time for me, Mr. Templar. I'll be back. In any sensible society, money can buy anything. And when we return to, shall I say, sensible basis, I'll be back.
And if you come back, I won't be here.
No. In the meantime, I'll read up on Poe. He might have saved me a lot of trouble.
Tommy Patchek got a full pardon, Mr. Templar? Gee, that's swell.
Tommy deserved a few good breaks, Louis.
Yeah. There's just two things about that case that bother me, Mr. Templar.
Oh, what are they, Louis?
You think a guy like Forelli could ever come back to this country like you said?
He'll be trying, Louis. So it's up to you and me.
Yeah.
And what's the other thing?
Well, you know that day you had me drive Tommy Patchek all over town in this cab when the cops was looking for him?
Yeah.
Well, all he talked about was his sister. What a wonderful girl she was. And how pretty.
Yes?
Well, he was saying how hard she worked all her life and how regular she was. And how pretty.
Yes?
And I just wondered, that's all, if a girl was that pretty.
Louis, the Voodoo Club is under new management. New owner, new bartender, but the same cigarette girl.
Yeah?
Well, let's drive over there. You seem to be out of cigarettes.
You've been listening to another transcribed adventure of the Saint, the Robin Hood of modern crime. Now, here is our star, Vincent Price.
Ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's cast, you heard Peggy Weber as the landlady and Sheldon Leonard as Frank. Victor Rodman was Forelli, Peter Leeds, Sam. Dick Crenna played Tommy, Fred Shields, the warden. Larry Dobkin plays Louis. This is Vincent Price inviting you to join us again next week at the same time for another exciting adventure of the Saint. Good night.
Script of The Saint was written by Dick Powell. The Saint, based on characters created by Leslie Charteris, is a James L. Safier production and is directed by Helen Mack. Vincent Price is now starring in The Winslow Boy at the Las Palmas Theater here in Hollywood. Your announcer is Don Stanley. 3 chimes mean good times on NBC. Tonight it's the big show once again. There'll be music with Meredith Wilson, Mindy Carson, Perry Como, and many more. Comedy with Bob Hope, Jimmy Durante, and Eddie Cantor. Drama with Jose Ferrer. In fact, it has everything, including Tallulah. And tonight, Theater Guild on the Air presents another outstanding drama, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, starring Frederick March and Barbara Bel Geddes. So remember, visit the big show today on NBC.